walks alone in a crowded room, acting like she's on the phone. She's never been one for social gatherings. She's always been on her own. Her friends are not her friends. She's never been so alone. She comes back to an empty house, but it was never a home. And these clouds are getting darker, but she continues to be pale. Things are spinning out of control now. It's driving her off the rail. The rain is falling now, but she's stuck in this drought, waiting her word. It's getting heavy now, searching the snow way out of this never-ending thirst. They tell her to be kind, and then they kick her in the dirt. They tell her to be okay, but then they only make her feel worse. And these clouds are getting darker, but she continues to be pale. Things are spinning out of control now. It's driving her off the rail. The rain is falling now, but she's stuck in this drought, waiting her word. It's getting heavy now, searching there's no way out of this never-ending thirst. She is screaming at the top of her lungs, begging for some relief. How am I supposed to be myself when I'm a stranger to me? Well, I haven't figured that out yet. No, I haven't figured me out yet. And these clouds are getting darker, but I'll continue to be pale. Things are spinning out of control now. It's driving me off the rail. The rain is falling now, but I am stuck in this drought, weighing my word. It's getting heavy now, searching the snow way out of this never-ending thirst. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Hey guys. Okay, this is like my 8th time trying to film this. I really don't know how to get the words out right. It's just not happening for me today. Basically, I guess I'll start off with, this is my original song. I wrote it like last week. It's called Drought. I kind of just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my inspiration to write this song. I wrote it because I was going through some old middle school memories. I was going through my yearbooks. I had like a junk box full of stuff that I guess I saved and I thought was important. One of those things in that little middle school junk box was my old diary. And reading through that part of my life, I was just amazed at the type of person that I was back then and comparing it to the person that I am now. And it's just insane how much has changed in my life. So I guess I kind of wanted to share a little bit of my story with you. Before I get started, this is not a sob story to make you feel bad for me or feel sorry for me. I don't want your sympathy. I know there are many people out there that have had it much, much worse than I have ever had it or ever will have it. This is simply me telling you what I went through in hopes that maybe somebody that needs it will see it one day, and you know, I'll help somebody. Basically, when I was in middle school, end of 6th grade, my parents split up. My grandpa that had lived with us for 7 years passed away, and after that happened, my dad just left. That was a really hard time for me. I became very depressed and sad. I mean, I had lost 2 of the male figures in my life that were very, very important to me. So over that summer of 6th grade, I ended up gaining a lot of weight because I was so sad, and I guess I just didn't have any outlets, and I stress ate a lot. I didn't really take care of myself during this time, and my mom wasn't really watching what I was doing either. She was there physically for me, but mentally she was kind of in the same position I was, just in shock and sadness and realization, that, we lost 2 really important people to us. Well, I went back to school 7th grade year, and the people that I thought were my friends proved to not be my friends. I was severely picked on and bullied because of the weight gain, and people just started noticing other things about me to make fun of. I became this person who thought so lowly of themselves that I just completely stopped caring, and I stopped taking care of myself. I relied on what other people told me that I was, and I allowed them to define me, and it just made me an awful person. I was not only insecure and had a low self-esteem and sad and lost, but I now was bitter. So the bullying got so bad to the point where I would wake up in the morning and I wouldn't want to go to school. People would say that if you looked at my face long enough, then I looked like a man. They would make fun of my weight, and they would put stuff on social media about me. It was not a good experience at all. I wouldn't wish that type of treatment upon my worst enemy, honestly. I can't even tell you how much that affected me as a person. Anyone who says words don't hurt can go screw themselves, because it's a lie. They do hurt. I ended up being even more depressed than I already was, as well as I began to starve myself. I would obsessively count calories, and I would obsessively exercise, and at the end of that year, my mom found my diary where I had kept all of my weight charts and all of my feelings, and I was taken and I was diagnosed with an eating disorder. Over the summer of 8th grade, I went and got help. We ended up moving away from that school district because I felt like I needed a fresh start. I couldn't handle going to a school where I didn't belong anywhere. I felt always out of place. I never felt like anyone really wanted me there. It was a really dry spot in my life. I wasn't doing anything to help myself. I wasn't doing anything to help other people. I just felt alone and stranded, like I was in this big dry desert, dying of thirst and emptiness and loneliness, and that is what Drought is about. I can't stress to you guys enough, though, that it gets better. As cliche as it sounds, it gets better. And the people that you base your opinions of yourself on, they don't matter. And I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, but I am living proof that it gets better. I thought I had hit rock bottom. I literally had lost 50 pounds within the span of like 4 or 5 months. I got to that point and I was like, you know, I'm still not happy. People just found other things to say about me. It just hurt a lot. There's a lot of hurt in my heart, and there was a lot of hatred for myself in my heart, but I moved away. I started fresh. I became the person I wanted to be. People would always tell me, be yourself, but back then I didn't know who I wanted to be. So I was lost. I didn't know, you know? I mean, if someone would have asked me 3 years ago, you know, what's your favorite color? I probably would have looked to the person next to me and been like, yo, help a sister out, and asked for their opinion. Like, I am extremely liberated to tell you that it is purple. My favorite color is purple. And if you don't like it, then whatever, screw yourself, because this is my life and I'm living for me now. If I can give any type of advice to people watching this, find who you want to be, find what makes you happy, and be that person. Surround yourself with people who accept you for who you are. I wish I would have had someone to tell me that when I was going through all of that, and I didn't. So I guess I just wanted to get that out there and maybe help somebody that, you know, is going through something similar I went through and is going through their dry spot now. And I'm sorry if you didn't like this video or if you didn't like the song, but honestly, I don't care. I'm living life for me now, and it's something I felt was important and needed to be said, and this is my channel, so I do what I want. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else that needs to be said, so I love you guys. I hope you like the song. I hope my story maybe reached somebody out there who needed it, and I will see you guys next week. Love you.